Call regular monthly meeting of the Rockwood City Council to order. Just at this time, I'd ask that you stand prepared by Mr. Ishman and remain standing and pledge the flag. Mr. Ishman.
Dear Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the springtime that's upon us. We just thank you for this good weather. We thank you for this council. We thank you for this city. And we ask you to direct the council tonight as they make decisions concerning the future of our city. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
call roll.
Councilman Anderson.
Here.
Councilman Bryant.
Here.
Councilwoman Evans.
Here.
Councilman Fuller.
Here.
Councilman Holloway.
Here.
Councilwoman Wilson. Here. Mayor Miller.
Here. All present. We do have a quorum. You received the minutes from the February 22nd, 2021 meeting. Is there any additions or corrections? By hearing none, do I hear a motion to be approved?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Holloway. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Anderson. Councilman Holloway, you have anything?
No, sir.
Councilman Anderson?
No.
Anyone? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Next item is presentation and approval of financials, February 2021, financial reports and bank info. Do I hear a motion to be approved?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Fuller. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Council Lady Evans.
I'm sorry, Miss Becky.
Ms. Ruthie.
First, I want to bring to your attention that at last month's meeting, I gave you the wrong total for the TBA Foundation funds, and I gave you a copy. It should have been, it said it was $448. It should have been $9,733.48. I'm not sure how that happened. This is an Excel program, but something happened. But anyway, it's corrected. And as of February the 29th in the general fund, the balance was $886,874.66. In reserve and emergency, $338,108.05. TBA Foundation funds, $9,133.48. Payroll fund, $872.22. The drug fund, $41,517.93. State street aid, $148,034.27. Small drug fund, $807.54. Special revenue fund, $286,125.37. Capital projects, $5,684.77. For a total of all the accounts of $1,717,158.29. You also have a copy of all the checks that were written in the month of February, and you have a copy of the summary financial statement that shows every line item and where we stand today. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
Anything further, Councilman Fuller?
No, ma'am. No, sir.
Councilwoman Evans, do you have anything?
No.
Anyone else? One question, Ms. Ruthie, how did we end up on property tax?
We had $700,000 of the $800,000 as of February 28th, and we've taken in about $40,000 since then, so we're still, but we always do that. It's about the same as it always is. We always collect, we get it between 95 and 100%, and we usually get that 5% between February and June.
So we feel better than we did
Yes.
last month about it.
Yes.
Anything further? Mr. Colorado?
Councilman Anderson?
Yes.
Councilman Bryant?
Yes.
Councilwoman Evans?
Yes.
Councilman Fuller?
Yes.
Councilman Holloway?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson?
Yes.
Mayor Miller?
Yes, and the ayes have it. Next item is public comments. We always like to open the floor to anyone that'd like to address the mayor and council. All that we ask is you stand, state your name and address, and this will be the last time you'll be able to speak unless a council member yields the floor to you. Anyone? Yes, sir, man.
Paul and Manning, 132 North Kingston Avenue. I've been noticing that train caboose down there, it's getting to look pretty raunchy, and I was wondering if the city could do anything about it, or just have it moved, you know, if you don't wanna keep it up, just get rid of it. And at Judy Watson Park down here, those globes been busted out, about 8 of them, 6 or 8, that makes it look bad. Just wondering if the city could do anything to, you know, fix it up, make it look a little bit better. That's it.
Thank you. We need to make a note on both of those, okay? Thank you, Mr. Manning. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
My voice isn't carried. Do you have a microphone?
No, ma'am. You can move down closer if you want to.
My name's Roberta Dennis, and I live at 416 West Wheeler Street. One of the issues that we've had on a regular basis, as everyone knows, is the meth issues. I still see a lot of very skinny girls around that I'm very concerned about. I'm even concerned about their health, much less everything else. But one of the things that comes along with the meth usage is a severe loss of weight and basically destroying their life financially in every other way, certainly. And so I feel like we need to be more on top on the drug issue here in Rockwood. I'd like to have I'd like to know, you know, currently what the status is on the shutdown of meth labs. Is there anything anyone can tell me currently what the status is on the ending of a meth lab, or people going to jail, you know, from Rockwood in the last 12 months?
Okay, we can get you that report.
Okay.
We can get that for you.
That would be great. I appreciate that. Just mail it to my address. The P.O. Box is 413 Rockwood.
413?
413 Rockwood.
Okay. Okay, we'll get that to you.
Appreciate it.
Mayor, if I may, Dudley Evans, address the council tonight. 456 South Kingston Avenue.
Go ahead.
About Mr. Manning's request for the caboose. You know, we mentioned a while back that our train club would try to get somehow or another to get that painted. Paul, I appreciate you bringing that back up because it does need to be done. And so I will address with our club again about that. Some of the guys that are with our Model Railroad Club are with the Southern Appalachia Railway Museum, so they've got that red paint probably that they need to make it more, go back to its original paint scheme. So I will check on that and hopefully get Paul something on that as well. Another thing I'd like to address is our south end of our town. You know, the junk is just everywhere down there. You know, I don't have to name names, but it's time for somebody to address that south end down there and see if those guys that all of us love and respect could do something about their junk down there. And you know all about it, so that's all I'm going to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Mr. Dennis?
Thank you. Well, I got to take a trip about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago to Mobile, Alabama, and I just want to say a couple things about that. On the way back, I stopped at the Creek Indian Reservation. They have a lot of good things around their town. Smaller town like Rockwood, I forgot the name of it, but the town. At any rate, there was in the museum there was a picture of President John Kennedy, one of my favorite presidents, with the Creek Indian in the council meeting, city council meeting, or something they had there, and he was, writing. The Indian was all dressed out, he was writing some kind of proclamation for him. It's nice when a president can come down to a level like Nita, if a president could go into a Rockwood City Council or Roane County Commission meeting. That'll probably never happen. But at any rate, I was excited about that. And when I was coming back, I was thinking about President Trump, my second favorite president in my lifetime, and I was driving from Selma, Alabama to Montgomery. My thoughts wandered about the peaceable protest of Martin Luther King Jr. And, you know, what a time that must have been. And, you know, I have great respect for President Kennedy and Martin Luther King, and I have great respect for President Trump. I don't know what happened at the end here, but I do know one thing. I do know one thing. I've never seen or heard him, and we followed him as much as we could, that he's tried to do an unpeaceable protest anywhere. And Bert and I were going to go to D.C., but we ended up getting a trip down to Georgia, so we attended in Dalton, Georgia, at the airport. We attended his rally there, and it was the most peaceful, uplifting thing I've been to in a long time. So anyway, I believe he was a good man and a good president and a great president. And I hope that our new president coming in will be able to partially fill the shoes. He's going to need a lot of prayers, just like President Trump and any other president needs a lot of prayers. Let's all try to pray for him and support Joe Biden in his job. He's got some serious shoes to try to fill. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Mayor, at one time, if you'll recall, the Boy Scouts came to our meeting wanting to paint the caboose. And they supposedly bought the paint and all that, but it never came through. So that was one reason we had kind of put it off, is because the Boy Scouts were going to do it, but they never did.
Anything further? Okay, moving on to committee reports from council. Anyone tonight?
I've got a couple of things.
Go ahead.
We didn't have an actual Parks and Rec meeting this month because the day of the meeting was the day we had the big storm, so we all just kind of talked over phones through text. But there's not going to be an opening ceremony for baseball on March 27th. Everyone decided it's just best to, you know, not doing opening ceremonies. And they're pushing the start date of the baseball season back 2 weeks to give the teams more time to practice. Basketball ended well. Everything went well with it, basketball season. And then moving on, there was a cleanup Saturday down at Tom Fuller Park. I've got everything written down here. Let's see, it was Keep Tennessee Beautiful, Keep Tennessee River Beautiful. Roane County, Rockwood, Harriman, and Kingston all had citizens there. And all the volunteer boats came from Illinois, and I'm not sure how much trash they ended up with, but it filled 2 dumpsters down there. And there was one guy from TVA that there was an old boat that had been there for years, and he had to get a chainsaw out and saw it in half. And they got that out. It was across from the boat ramp. And also, they're here in attendance today. Rick Crawford, Ricky Fine, and Nathan Hill all volunteered on their day off to come in and work for the city. And it was Mr. Hill's birthday weekend, and he still volunteered to come in and work. So I think that they deserve a round of applause. And the Friday before, the city workers came down and cleaned up around the bank before Saturday and got a bunch of mess cleaned up. So it was a good day.
Thank you. And the baseball, they're going to try to do something at the end
At
of
the
the year.
end, I think they're wanting to do a movie night or something, maybe down at the complex, to make up for the opening ceremonies getting canceled.
Anyone else?
I have one announcement.
Okay.
There's the annual book sale on April the 9th through the 23rd, if anyone's interested in purchasing books. And then on April the 3rd, from 10 to 4, we'll have the Thunder Road Festival. That's with antique cars and vendors and everything. That will be downtown.
What was the book sale date, Miss Evans?
April the 3rd,
For the book sale?
down the 9th through the 23rd.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, moving on to old business, we have none tonight. New business. This is a resolution concerning the proclamation, concerning REU and Rockwood water, sewer, and gas. This proclamation is to encourage people to call 811 before they start digging. It's really important that they do that. And this is a proclamation that we approve every year to encourage this. What's the will of the council?
So moved.
Got a motion by Councilman Fuller. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Evans. Councilman Fuller.
Well, like I say, it's an annual event, and that's very important. When they start digging up things, no telling what you might run into.
Councilwoman Evans.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Call roll.
Councilman Anderson,
Yes.
Councilman Bryant,
Yes.
Councilwoman Evans,
Yes.
Councilman Fuller,
Yes.
Councilman Holloway,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson,
Yes.
Mayor Miller.
Yes, and the ayes have it. Next item, Resolution 2166, a resolution concerning the sale of delinquent tax property acquired by the city of Rockwood at the 2013 Rockwood delinquent tax sale. This is property down on Front Street. Man's offering to buy it from us, Mr. Brandon, for $3,500. And we've got $2,702.82 in it. So he's willing to buy it. I recommend that we sell this to Mr. Brandon. This is formerly owned by Edward Clifton. What's the will of the council?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Holloway. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Wilson. Councilman Holloway.
You explained it, Mayor.
Nothing.
Anyone? Call roll.
Councilman Anderson,
Yes.
Councilman Bryant,
Yes.
Councilwoman Evans,
Yes.
Councilman Fuller,
Yes.
Councilman Holloway,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson,
Yes.
Mayor Miller.
Yes. The ayes have it. Next item is Resolution 2167, a resolution to approve hangar rental agreement revisions effective July 1st, 2021. As you see on the resolution, this is just requiring liability insurance on the named aircrafts in the lease, to require naming the city of Rockwood as an additional insurer, and forbids the storage of any aircraft other than one listed on the lease. And they're going to go up $20 per month. And most of them have been talked to and they're in agreement to it. It's some additional revenue for us, but more importantly, it safeguards us by them having that liability insurance. What's the will of the council?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Fuller. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Evans. Councilman Fuller.
Like you say, it's an excellent safeguard for people that are renting the property also. So I think it's a good situation.
Councilwoman Evans.
This is an increase in their electric bill, correct?
No, that's what we did last month. This is increasing their hangar rent.
Correct, okay.
Anyone else? Call roll.
Councilman Anderson,
Yes.
Councilman Bryant,
Yes.
Councilwoman Evans,
Yes.
Councilman Fuller,
Yes.
Councilman Holloway,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson,
Yes.
Mayor Miller.
Yes, and the ayes have it. Next item is discuss, consider, and possibly take action regarding the current clubhouse, bar, and grill lease. What you have here is that J&S Hospitalities LLC is giving the remainder of their lease over to Larry Allen Thompson at the clubhouse out here at the golf course. And that's their wish, and that's the recommendation that I'm making tonight. You can see all the documents there that Mr. Lefew has got together for you. And I think there's maybe, 3 years lease left on the lease?
June, be 3 years.
Yes, June be 3 years, so. What's the will of the council?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Holloway. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Anderson. Councilman Holloway.
Mayor, I think this is gonna work out, for both parties. Mr. Sexton won't side of the lease, and Mr. Thompson's willing to take the lease. He's done this before, so he knows what he's getting into. Him and his family's worked here for a lot of years. That restaurant out there brings in our sales tax, you get the beer tax off of it. A lot of people like to go out there and eat, just eat with families, go out and eat. And I think the golf course and that restaurant go hand in hand, so you've got those there together. People get done playing golf, they go up and eat, but I think it's be good that we let this go forward.
Councilman Anderson,
You covered it all.
anyone else?
Question.
Councilwoman Evans.
I know this has already been done, but a question that I have concerning this whole thing. I love the grill, bar and grill, it's great. I love the golf course and all that they do. But this is the first time I have seen a lease of this type drawn up where that the city or whoever pays all the electric utilities, the gas, the water, everything. When you take those into consideration, the city's actually going in the hole. You're not making anything on it. And I don't know of anyone who has rental property or businesses, we don't subsidize them in any way. We never have, probably will never do that. And I think before the lease is, this one probably is already done, but before it goes through again, I think that should be considered. Because you go into business to make money, not, I don't know if anyone's going to have a house for rent and you pay all the utilities and at the end, you get nothing out of that. And we're using taxpayers' money to pay this for the whoever. And I agree, it's a great thing, but I think we need to rethink what we're doing if it doesn't go through, because we've got it already leased, basically. But before we lease it again, I think this should be a consideration.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Mayor,
Councilman Holloway.
Ms. Evans, I know you've been on council before too.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
You've been on council before also.
Oh, absolutely.
This has gone on even before Mr. Sexton.
I know that too.
And it started out that way, been that way for day one. Same way with the airport. You know, the airport, we're paying the utilities up there, and you keep saying that's the greatest thing.
But we're making money on the airport, and a lot of money on the airport. Because we put in new hangars and we
Excuse me, I've got
improved the whole
I've got
thing.
four.
Councilwoman Evans, let him finish. Go ahead.
I've got four. What I'm saying, we get our sales tax, you're gonna get beer tax, and all those taxes is coming from that out there. We're making that money too. And with renting, we went up from $800 to $900, so we're getting that rent also. We don't want it sitting out there empty, I'm sure. I don't want it sitting there empty. You may not care, but I want somebody in it, and I want money coming back.
Agree. But
Anyone, Councilwoman Evans, go ahead.
I do think that we need to look at it before the lease is signed ever again and make sure what we're doing is right for all the people in Rockwood who's paying taxes. And as I say, I know of no business operator who rents or leases or anything else that when they get to the end of it, they're not making a profit of some kind, especially if money's from the citizens in Rockwood or that's going to pay this utility. No, I think we need to look at it again somewhere down the road. I know it's been in for a long time. I have too, as far as that goes, but it doesn't mean that I don't, just because something is there and it's been there for a long time, that it's always right. So we need to look at it on down the road, I think.
Thank you. Anyone else? Councilwoman Wilson.
From the paper I have, it does look like we are getting some kind of profit from, like Councilman Holloway said, from the sales tax and from the beer tax, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I didn't want it to make it seem like we're not getting anything because it looks like we are.
Well, it's true.
Hold on, Councilwoman.
I mean, that's all I had, yeah. I just wanted to say, it looks like we are making some kind of profit. We're not going in the hole.
Okay, Councilwoman
That's
Evans.
true. But everybody has business license and taxes. Gary Beeler rents from me. I don't charge him for every haircut that or head of hair he cuts. And so there's a lot of different ways to look at it. And all I'm saying is I think that before we sign another lease after this is already done, that we need to consider all of this before we lease it again.
Anything further? Call her up.
Councilman Anderson?
Yes.
Councilman Bryant?
Yes.
Councilwoman Evans?
Yes.
Councilman Fuller?
Yes.
Councilman Holloway?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson?
Yes.
Mayor Miller?
Yes, and the ayes have it. Next item is council comments. I'll start with Councilwoman Evans.
Which ones do you want?
Pour it on.
Oh, pour it on. There's one thing that I do want to say for Rick Crawford and his men. Those are some of the best guys I have ever seen in my life. They're out there before daylight, every day, working constantly, from one end of this city to the other, up and down the highway. They do a tremendous job. And I think that if you see them out there, you need to say something to them because they really do a fantastic job. And I think they're very important to our city and keeping it clean. And they do a tremendous job and I appreciate you.
Thank you,
Councilman Bryant.
I've echoed that as well. They've done a fantastic job. The guys, Rick and his crew, I see them out there religiously cleaning, and I appreciate that. Our town, it's got a lot of work to be done, but y'all are doing a fantastic job. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Everything you're doing, and all the head people of our town, you know, fire chief, police chief, everyone, they're doing an excellent job, I think. So I appreciate that.
Thank you, Councilman Bryant. Councilman Fuller.
I agree 100%. Seems like every department we have are performing at a high level right now, and I sure appreciate their efforts.
Councilman Holloway.
Mayor, I've got a couple of comments. One of them just briefly on Miss Dennis, the comment that she brought up that she's going to see when she gets that report. We get a report up here, you know, each month. And I just like to say I appreciate the chief, the job y'all are doing. It's not only meth, they're after every drug that's around. And you'll see that when that report comes around. And I'm glad you asked for that. And I want you to see how hard they're working toward that. And the other employees, we've got a lot of employees here that's faithfully working hard for this city. Appreciate all they do. The one thing that we kind of failed to mention sometimes, or I don't know, is our board members. We have a lot of board members. I don't know how many boards we have. Big, how many we got?
Probably 10 or 10.
10 boards, about 5 each on a board. And those people are willing to serve. They work hard and they're doing good on the reports. I asked last month about helping on some of this report so we can see what's going on better. And I want to commend all of them. I looked this month and everything it's been typed up. You can read it well. You can tell what they're doing. It shows you who's going to the meetings, who's not showing up, and what they're doing at each meeting, like the REU or the water department. You see all that's being done, and I appreciate every one of those board members giving their time. It's hard to find somebody, Mayor, you know, you do it all the time too. It's hard to find somebody sometimes willing to serve on these boards. But I appreciate every one of them serving. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Anderson.
I think they pretty much covered it all.
Councilwoman Wilson.
I just want to talk about the golf course. My son plays golf a lot, and he's commenting the other day about how good the greens and everything was. So just want to pat Ratchet on the back there because everything looks real good out there right now. So.
Thank you. Okay, I want to give you a little update. Y'all talked last month about the traffic lights. And we hired that company to come in, and they came in today, right, Rick? Started today, they'll be back tomorrow. Then they'll write up a report and do a recommendation of what we need. Thunder Road, again, the 3rd of April. We need to support that. They'll be here then. We had the Morristown Bass Tournament down there, 400 boats,
So it, because,
280,
yeah,
400 individuals. They really did well. I'm gonna have Miss Rupi send you, if she hadn't already, the financial of what they thought it brought into the county by us having it down there. And they had some recommendations that they'd like to see us do down there to improve it. Parking is an issue, even though we got that big parking lot, it's still an issue. Councilwoman Evans has asked about the glass at the police department and over here. And Chief, I got with him early this week to find out, or last week to find out where we were on it. They've got one price and they're waiting on another guy, right, Chief, to give us another price on it? So that's the hold up on it. We just want to get another price because the first price we got was pretty hefty. I'd like to thank all the employees that contributed to the food drive for the kids at Ridgeview. Miss Ruby and them, they took a bunch of food over there, and I appreciate that. I want to thank everyone that helped with Tom Fuller cleanup. That was really good, had a good turnout, and as Councilwoman Wilson said, it went really, really well. I want to address one thing that was brought up about we need to clean up here, and we need to clean up here, and we need to clean up here. That's right, we do. But I'm going to tell you what, we've cleaned up a bunch of this town. We've done, I'm telling you, this council and past councils, what they've done for this city, cleaning up houses and places, is remarkable. And I know we still got places to clean up. But I want to hit the positive side of it. When you've tore down over 100 and something houses that were dangerous, ugly, filthy, I think that's pretty good that we've been able to do that. And plus the other things we've cleaned up, and that's attribute a lot of people for that. A lot of people. This council, people that work at the city, you know, we're not done, but we're going as hard as we can go. And it's really slowed us down with the court system being closed down with COVID. So that has slowed it down some. So I want y'all to know that. Talking about our employees, I try to brag on them every month, and everybody else does too. They do a tremendous job. Our department heads, all our employees, they work extremely hard. They get a lot of things done. They're out here at night. Example, I went down there to look when they had the hole down there in front of El Patron's, right in the middle of Gateway. And I just think it's remarkable that there's a hole in the middle of Gateway and it's a city of Rockwood's responsibility. I really just don't get that. And when you call them, they're responsible for ditch to ditch or curb to curb. Well, I swore I thought that was between the curbs, but they told us we had to do it. So it doesn't make any, that's two we've had, and we've had to do both of them. So that bothers me a little bit, but Rick and his crew did an excellent job and got it fixed, and we borrowed some things from the state, and they brought a big sign down to keep anybody from getting run over. But again, they did an excellent job. I want to talk about one more thing that I know y'all get tired of me harping on this, but I want us to stay serious about this COVID. We've got it on the backside now. And if we'll stay serious and do what we're supposed to, we're going to get this thing past us. But we can't let up right now. If when this started over a year ago, if people would have told you that 2,000 people a day are going to die, you'd say, oh, this is horrible. Oh, this is going to be bad. 60,000 people were going to get it a day in this country. We'd all said, oh, goodness. Well, that's what's happening right now. There's around 2,000 people a day dying in this country, and 60,000 getting it. And we're feeling good because we think it's got so much better, and it has. Because there were almost 5,000 dying a day. It has improved, but please, please don't let up. Let's get this thing behind us so we can go back to what we're used to. But we've got to stay with it. And I'm just asking everybody in our community, they've done such a great job, our employees, council, everybody has done a great job. We just need to stay with it. A couple, 3 more months and we may have this behind us. So let's just stay with it and stay with it hard. Anything else need to come before the mayor and council? Do I hear a motion we adjourn? Motion by Councilman Holloway. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Brown. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Of course, there'd be none.